First of all, hope everybody's doing well. Um, for those who read the piece that I wrote yesterday, um, "Life as Is," I've been exploring the past week, and I mean longer than the past week. This whole idea of why do we come to these weekly classes, these Saturday morning sessions? Is there a need to try and accomplish something, from week to week? I know that at times I get caught up in the anticipation or the expectation of what is Adrian going to talk about this week? Is it going to, am I going to glean another piece of information that might be the missing piece um, on this road to what we call enlightenment? So subtly, there's and unconsciously at times there's this hidden agenda. There's this objective to try and procure something from our weekly sessions. So with the exploration, I've been thinking and just sitting with the idea of how would it be to not have an expectation, to not anticipate, to not go into an experience needing to know what's going to unfold. And I think that's the I think that's the case for a lot of us, is in our day-to-day lives. Excuse me. In our day-to-day lives, we wake up, we have an itinerary, we have an agenda, we're scheduling, um, always trying to shroud ourselves in this certainty of what's coming around the corner, um, an agenda per se, an objective. And I think because of our evolution and our functionality, it it serves us well, and it's not by mistake. But as Adrian has pointed out in many of the previous sessions, we're not in the jungle anymore. This immediate threat, although we're in a pandemic, but this immediate threat to our existence isn't there like it was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Um, so it begs the question: do we need to continue to always needing to know what's around the corner, what's going to happen 3 hours from now, what's going to happen with my meditation today or with the body scan? Can we hold on to our thoughts, our anticipations, our expectations, and at the same time touch and be willing to be inundated with the mystery and the wonderment of what's around the corner? Um, the mind will always try and divide what's unfolding. We'll always try and interpret what has just occurred or what will occur at some time in the future. But it's just an interpretation. It never actually coincides with our moment to moment experience. life doesn't separate nor divide the moment-to-moment experiences like the mind does. If anything, life is intimately one with everything that is being expressed, but at the same time, totally detached from the endless expressions. So again, I ask, can we come to this session with this lightness regarding our concepts, thoughts, ideas of what we want this to be, what we think it should be. I want to procure this. I want to walk away with this. Is Eddie going to provide me with that extra something today that's going to make this experience something special? Can we hold on to that lightly? And at the same time, just allow everything to unfold and be okay with what arises, with what's said, even if it doesn't coincide with our thoughts. And in order to do that, it's an exercise that doesn't stem from the mind. It requires opening our hearts, not the heart, our organ that pumps, nonstop throughout the day, but the heart of awareness, that inner space, that intelligence that's beyond words, that's beyond translation, that can't be discerned. Can we operate from that space and just enjoy the unfolding, the mystery, the wonderment that stems from the unfolding, without being so bogged down in what we want it to be, with what we would like it to be, and just be at ease with everything. I saw a quote the other day from this guy I follow on Instagram. I think it's Elephant Journal, and he says, I'm terrible with remembering quotes, so I have it written down. He says, vulnerability is the gateway to being genuine. When we can't be vulnerable, we're being protective and guarded. We're being false, and that's incredibly tiring. I'm going to read it again. Vulnerability is the gateway to being genuine. When we can't be vulnerable, we're being protective and guarded. We're being false, and that's incredibly tiring. And when I read that, I was saying to myself, he's so right. That vulnerability, the open heart, is what allows us to be one with the moment-to-moment experiences. The certainty that we think exists is from the mind, the ego. It's a security blanket. And again, it has its functionality. It has served us well. But do we need it every waking moment? Can we go through our daily lives without being so consumed and preoccupied with what the mind wants us to do? At times, can we keep our thoughts, our ideas in the background and allow them to come and go without fully engaging them? And I think that's what we're doing here from week to week, is putting our thoughts, feelings, presumptions, concept theories and just laying them to the side momentarily and just opening the window to this dance called life, the ebb and the flow that the ebb and flow that doesn't follow a script, that isn't preconceived. It just is. And the more and more we can explore this and expose ourselves to the moment to moment unfolding, the more we come to the realization that our thoughts, our beliefs, our opinions are just that. They're just thoughts, beliefs, and opinions, but they don't represent reality. They're an interpretation of reality, but they're not reality. Because experience can't be described. It can't be translated. So as we prepare to get ready to sit, hold lightly what you want your meditation to be. Hold lightly this idea about, I don't want to think about what I want to do later. Hold lightly the idea, I need to concentrate and focus on the inhale or the exhale. Just whatever arises, just be with it without the need to judge, to dissect, because life doesn't judge or dissect its endless expressions. It's intimately one with all the expressions, yet totally detached from what the expressions look like. So let's take our seats. So just take a deep breath. Hold it at the top. Just let it go. The exhale represents that letting go. Letting go of our thoughts, our beliefs, our presumptions. Can we be okay with our thoughts, feelings, presumptions, and concepts, and simultaneously be okay with our experiences that arise that don't coincide with what we think, what we conceive, what we theorize? Can we hold it all? Without the need to manipulate. manipulation insinuates an agenda. It might be a light agenda, but an agenda nonetheless. Be present to all that is unfolding. And even if you don't think that you're present to the unfolding, that's still part of the unfolding. There is nothing that is never not part of the unfolding. Life as we know it can never be divided, can never be segregated. It just is. Let go of the agenda to breathe a particular way. Let go of the thought to have a particular posture. Let go of the concept of meditating needs to be a certain way. Only who we think we are cares about those things. What we really are couldn't care less. Bask in the ebb and flow of form to formless, from formless to form. Be okay with not knowing what the next moment will bring forth, the next feeling or sensation will be. Allow your untranslatable intelligence to be the driving force. The unfolding of life doesn't ask us for our narratives nor our stories. Although we keep supplying her with it. It's perfectly fine without our input. And will be perfectly fine without our own input. What we are will always hold us. During the moments we label not so good moments, and during the moments we label incredible. Who we are is unperturbed by the coloring of our experiences. The temporary coloring reflects and represents the impermanence of life. The thoughts come and go nonstop. The feelings come and go. The sensations arise and dissipate. But who we are, awareness, never dissipates. It's always there in the background of our experiences. And the more and more we can integrate our direct experiences, it shifts from the background to the foreground of our experiences. And ultimately, it permeates all aspects of our experiences, which it always has. But it's just obscured as a result of our consumption with our objective experiences, the thoughts, the feelings, the storylines, the narratives. And nothing is wrong with the stories, the narratives, the dramas. But through our sitting and being with everything that arises, we come to the realization that what's informing the objective experiences is what and who we really are. Awareness, consciousness. The constant in everything that unfolds. James Baldwin says, not everything faced will result in change, but nothing ever changes until it is faced. The seeing, the observing, and the noticing what is unfolding allows us to expose our presumptions, concepts, beliefs in the light of awareness. The trying is just in being with all the unfolding. To try to meditate reinforces the illusory self we think we are, or that the world is telling us that we are. Who we really are never tries, never strives. Let our thoughts, feelings, wants, desires, narratives take a back seat. Allow the universe to propel us. It won't steer us wrong. Intuitively, we know this. Be with that feeling. The mind can never comprehend that feeling. Let us slowly open our eyes, get reacclimated